Hi, I'm Gary Awad, your host for today's show, Buying Customers. Some know me as the coach on wheels because I have a YouTube channel where I coach while riding on my motorcycle. Check it out if you want. Hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. As a business and executive coach, I help business owners, leaders, and teams grow and achieve their goals through business re-education, coaching, mentoring, and business advisory. My mission in life is to help businesses and leaders grow. By the way, we would love to hear from you in real time during our show. If you are listening live or listening to one of the recordings, you can always connect and interact with us on social media or by using the IBGR app for Android and iOS. Just search for IBGR on Android Play or Apple Store, and then you can listen to current programming, on-demand podcasts, read the show notes, stay current on IBGR news, and connect with us on air. Take IBGR with you wherever you go. If this is your first time listening, welcome, and if you are a returning listener, welcome back. In this episode 4, season 4 of Buying Customers, we are going to talk about meeting your marketing targets. You can reach our website at ibgr.network and download the show notes if you want to follow along with an action plan at the end. Like always, we will be providing this game plan for you that you can implement immediately in your business tomorrow. Let's talk about tracking your marketing campaigns. Tracking your marketing campaigns is more important than ever today. Without data to back up your campaigns, you miss out on essential insights to maximize your efforts in the future. So what's the key data you should track in marketing? How to break down the big numbers and work the strategies to reach your marketing targets. But before we dig into what to test, what to measure, and what to track, let's define marketing once again. See, to me, marketing has two main roles: communication and education. To let people know what to buy, how to buy it, what are the benefits, how to choose from you, etc. So marketing is not only advertising. It starts well before the first purchase and continues well after the last sale has been done. Marketing is also an expense booked in our records. However, with tracking your targets and improving your score, marketing becomes an investment. And like any investment, you need to monitor the return on that investment. In business in general and in marketing especially, we need to test and measure everything if we are serious about our return on that investment. For example, I track two important metrics in my coaching business: acquisition cost and lifetime value. Acquisition cost is how much on average does each customer cost me to convert to an existing relationship. And lifetime value is the dollar value of your average customer staying with you during your retention period. Now, if they spend with me 6 months on average as a retention period, then the lifetime value is $9,000. Now, this is where investment comes along. For every $300 I invest in marketing, I get a return of $9,000. Not bad. Also, and before measuring, you need to know what you are measuring against. These are your marketing objectives. Strategic and clear marketing objectives are fundamental to any effective marketing plan. Your marketing objectives are your brand's clear-cut, defined goals. So beyond this, you can look at your marketing objectives as a way to provide clear directions for your team members to follow. And without defined goals, there's no clarity on what needs to be accomplished, what numbers we are trying to meet, etc. And your brand will struggle to reach its potential. Now, by implementing a straightforward marketing plan, your business will have the goals it wants to achieve and the execution plan to meet those marketing objectives. You will be far more likely to reach your goals when they are well-defined, outlined, and compiled into a clear list of measurable marketing objectives. We talked about setting and achieving goals in previous episodes of this show. You can go back to the recorded podcast and listen to the strategies and tools and methods we set to meet and achieve goals. So, what exactly are marketing objectives? How can you define them so that you know what marketing efforts the marketing team needs to prioritize? As we stated previously, marketing objectives should contribute and align with the overall business goals. The marketing arm or department of your business is used to support your business goals, be it quarterly, annually, or even 10 years out. For example, if you are the VP of marketing of a sports apparel brand that is looking to expand into new markets, these are 4 examples of marketing objectives you might set. 1, establish an online presence in a new city or country. 2, translate all marketing material to the local language of that country. 3, launch a brand awareness campaign to introduce the brand in the new market. And 4, generate X amount of online leads by Y date. In this example, one of the company's goals is to enter a new market, and the marketing department's objectives need to be aligned with that and needs to support that business strategy. Together, these objectives make up your overall marketing strategy set up to achieve your business goals. Now, how to set marketing objectives? There are many times we see businesses set arbitrary marketing objectives that don't contribute to the overall goals of the business. These would be objectives like increasing website traffic by 100% for the year, or launching social ads to increase the number of followers on Instagram and Facebook. Marketing objectives needs to have an impact on the business as a whole, and the objectives needs support from other departments as well for marketing to be seen as relevant and of value. Now, the sales and marketing relationship also is far too often a struggle, and we talked about that in previous episodes, like the episode called Smarketing. The sales department wants to see more sales qualified leads, and the marketing department says that they are already providing them with those leads. So, how can a marketing department set marketing objectives that are prioritized and seen as necessary by the rest of the company as well? When setting your objectives, you must ensure that they are SMART. That is, you want them to have the following characteristics: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. We talked about that in previous episodes. Now, the SMART approach allows your department to manage marketing activities better and be able to determine how successful new objectives of marketing can be. Then you can follow the 5 steps to further narrow and specify your objectives. The 5 steps are: step 1, start by recording your sales goal in a total dollar amount or as a percentage increase. For example, you might decide that the next year you will achieve $1 million of sales. You can also aim for 25% increase in sales. So as part of your objective regarding sales, you can include the strategy you will use to reach the objective. For example, a marketing objective could be: we will increase sales by 25% by identifying a market segment we have not explored or tapped yet. Step 2 of the 5 ways is to decide on the numbers you need to achieve your sales targets. This requires you to know average value of sale. For example, if the average customer spends $200, you will need 10 customers for every $2,000 you want to increase sales for. Now, it costs money to acquire customers, so make sure you have the budget to reach your objective. You should do something like: we will acquire 100 new customers through LinkedIn paid ads by the end of this year. Step 3, you should choose a percentage increase of each customer value of sale. If, for example, your customers currently spend $200 per purchase, choose a percentage you would like to add to that. You would write out this marketing objective as: we will increase the average customer purchase by 12% by suggesting additional products at checkout, cross-selling. Step 4, Here you want to set price targets, review your current prices, and determine how they position you in the marketplace. Your marketing objectives depend on effective pricing. For example, a limited edition wine could justify a high price to appeal to well-to-do connoisseurs. On the other hand, local IT services might have to be priced to compete with neighboring businesses. The goal here is to set a price target that leaves you a profit margin yet makes you competitive. So reaching this price objective might take several small steps, such as increasing prices by 10% per year. And step 5 would be, finally, you should combine all of your key objectives into one summary paragraph so you can see whether they work together or not. For example, if your summary states, we will increase sales by 15% and lower our prices by 20%, you can see that you have two objectives that work against each other. So you have to align them. Now, an effective summary of your key marketing objectives might say, we will achieve sales of $1 million, which will give us a 15% market share. We will increase the number of customers by 20 and increase the average purchase by 10%. Also, we will increase our prices by 5% over the next 3 years. We are now going to take a short 2 minutes break, and when we return, we will continue with today's topic, meeting marketing targets. If you are looking for one-on-one help to grow your business, check out our website directory for vetted professionals in all 4 of our market segments. Just go to ibgr.network, Home tab, Us tab, and choose your market segment. We are back, and you are listening to IBGR Network. I'm your host, business and executive coach, Gabby Awad, and in this episode of our Buying Customer Journey, we are discussing the importance of meeting marketing targets in business. You can go to our website at ibgr.network and download this show notes. Before the break, we redefined marketing, discussed marketing objectives, and gave examples of how to break down these objectives into SMART goals. Now, let's look at some marketing objective examples. Furthermore, increase sales objectives. If you are selling products or services, you may want to focus on selling more of those offerings. This is one of the marketing objectives that will increase the revenue and the amount of money coming into your business. Increase sales marketing objectives examples are, for example, increase online sales by 10% within the next 12 months. Grow brand awareness objectives. If your brand is new or only known to a small audience, one of the market objectives to focus on could be expanding your reach and getting more people familiar with your brand. Grow brand awareness marketing objective example, guest post each quarter on 5 websites that our ideal buyer reads to increase brand awareness. A follow-up or KPI to this objective could be an increase in referral traffic or new leads generated from referrals. The objective dear to my heart is increase lead generation objective. If your pipeline isn't full, you may want to focus on lead generation tactics that grow your, for example, email list and fill your CRM system or database with qualified prospects. An example of objective here is develop and launch 5 new conversion funnels on the website per month to increase the number of new leads by 10%. Decrease customer turnover. Rather than focusing on new customer acquisition, you may want to focus on keeping the existing customers you already have. This is precious. Example of objective here would be decrease customer turnover rate by 5% this year. Promote new products or services objectives. If your upcoming plans include launching new offerings, your marketing objectives should include promoting those new products and services. Example, sell 1,000 units of the new product within the first 30 days after launch. It has to be very specific when it comes to marketing objectives. Also, grow digital presence objectives. If your brand doesn't have a large footprint online, your marketing plans may be to start SEO or search engine optimization techniques and grow your visibility in those search engine result rankings, as well as social media platforms. Example, launch website blog and publish 10 SEO optimized posts per month for the next 12 months to increase organic traffic and online presence. Setting KPIs for every marketing objective. Here, this is very important so that you will be able to test and measure if you are going to meet those objectives or not. Once you know your marketing objectives and goals and they are clear and set, and the whole departments and your business know about them, it's now time to figure out how to measure them. Successful goal setting requires placing key performance indicators and metrics to track your objectives. You need to assign numbers, deadlines, and other metrics to reach your marketing objectives. Now, KPIs and marketing metrics allow you to evaluate progress along the way and assess results at the end of your campaign. Without benchmarking for your goals, you will have no way of knowing if you're on track to achieving those objectives. So as you lay out your marketing plan, assign relevant KPIs that will help you assess and measure the output of your work. Here are some examples of the big buckets that matter most in tracking and setting KPIs. Lead generation KPIs. There are many ways to measure lead generation metrics. Depending on your marketing objectives, determine which metrics will measure your success best. For example, number of leads. It's the total number of new leads brought in. Increase in leads. It's the percentage change in lead generation compared to other time frames like to like. Cost per lead. It's the amount of money spent to acquire one new lead. Conversion rate. It's the percentage of your traffic that becomes a lead after visiting your website. I also call this take-up percentage. Marketing qualified leads. This is the total number of leads that marketing accepts as qualified. And sales qualified leads is the total number of leads that sales qualify and accept as qualified. Website metrics. When your marketing objectives include digital plans, it's important to keep an eye on web analytics and online KPIs that tell you how well your site is performing. An example here is number of sessions. It's the number of visits to your website. Or unique visitors. It's the number of unique people or IPs who visited your website. Page views per visit. The average number of pages a visitor has spent on your website. Bounce rate. This is the percentage of visitors who left your site after viewing only one page. Time on site. And these are all automated. They are provided by your hosting facility. So time on site is the average amount of time that website visitors stay on your site. To view and keep track of these stats, you can use Google Analytics, HubSpot, or any website tool. Market share numbers. Your market share is the portion of a market that your brand or product controls. This metric helps you compare your business to others in your industry and identify ways to reach your growth. To measure changes in your market share, you need to know your current share at the market. If you don't know the score, you will not be able to improve the score. But this is easy. To find your market share, consider the total revenue and market size of your industry or geographical location. Then divide your business total revenue by the total revenue of that market. This calculation will give you an estimate of the percentage of the market your brand controls. Social media engagement. When engaging in digital strategies as social media, KPIs here that reflect your social reputation are easy to collect and measure nowadays. These are, for example, increase in the number of fans or followers. This is the amount of new followers or fans acquired over a certain period of time. Number of comments. This is the number of comments left at your posts or updates. It measures engagement. Number of shares. This is the number of times your content was shared. Number of opt-ins. This is the number of leads generated through your social campaigns and posts. Traffic to the website from social media sources. This is very important. Social to web linking. This is a percentage of how your website traffic that is referred to by social media sites. Other KPIs are for new customer acquisition KPIs. You know, when in a growth stage of your business, you should keep an eye on new customer acquisition and the metrics that help you monitor growth. KPIs that measure customer acquisition include the following. Number of new customers. This is the amount of new customers acquired over a certain period of time. Keep it simple. And if you cannot simply and easily measure the KPI, remove it from your dashboard. Increase in new customers. This is a percentage change of new customers compared to other time frames. Cost per new customer or cost of acquisition. This is the amount of money spent to acquire a new customer, including direct campaign cost and indirect cost. Lead to customer ratio. This is nice. This is the percentage of leads that become paying customers, or this is the conversion rate into final becoming shoppers or clients or customers. Lifetime value of a customer. If you are focused on marketing objectives that relate to your current customer base and keeping those clients happy, consider these metrics. Number of repeat customers. This is the number of customers who return and buy from you. Customer retention rate. I use it in the coaching practice. How much on average I keep my customers in a number of months with me. Lifetime spent. Average amount customers spend with the company over their lifetime. This is really nice. So have the show notes and have a look at those KPIs and select one or two from every area. And this is where you should be able to follow as a dashboard your marketing objectives. We are now going to take a short 2 minutes break. And when we return, we will discuss how to track these objectives. What are the tools, etc. And don't forget, you can download the IBGR app to interact with us, and you can chat with our mentoring groups in the chat tab or interact with the app social group. You have been listening to Buying Customers on IBGR Network. I am Gabi Awad, and we will be back after a short break. We are back, and you are listening to IBGR Network. We are more than a radio station, we are a network. And I am your host, Gabi Awad. In this episode of Buying Customers, we are discussing meeting marketing targets. You can go to our website at ibgr.network and download the show notes for an action plan at the end. Now, before the break, we were discussing some KPIs that are important in marketing. Two more remain, and those are of highest priority. The first one is SEO performance. Now, SEO is the art of and science of persuading search engines such as Google, Bing, or Yahoo to recommend your content to their users as the best solution to their problems. If you want search engines to offer your content on the top of the results, you need to do three things. One, ensure these search engines understand who you are and what you offer. Two, convince them that you are the most credible option for their users. And three, make your content deliverable. How high in the rankings and how often you appear in merit-based searches, these engines will show the results they consider to be the best fit for their users. Search engines optimizations bring you the most precious traffic, and this is an organic traffic, which is free. When a search engine shows your content to its users in the organic part of a search results page, you do not pay for the ranking. When the user clicks on the result and visits your site, you do not pay Google for a visit. And that briefly describes what is SEO used for. But on that same result page, there are often paid results. They are identifiable by the AD or ad icon to the left of the result. When a user now clicks on a paid result and visits the site, the advertiser pays the search engine for that visit, to keep it simple. We're not going to dig deeper in how search engines work and what should you do to optimize keywords and query results and write-ups, etc. This is an episode material by itself. You can use tools like Alexa, SEMrush, Google Analytics, and Webmaster Tools to keep track of and improve your SEO numbers. Alexa Rank is a measure of how popular a website is compared to other websites. The lower a website number, the more popular it is. Total organic traffic is the number of website visitors that arrive at your website because of an organic search. Total number of keywords website ranks for is the total number of keywords that your website ranks for. Another KPI is the number of keywords in the top 3 positions. This is where keywords ranking in the top 3 positions are shown in the search results. Conversion rates. We're running campaigns that have intended results, such as customer making a purchase, a website visitor signing up for a free trial, an audience clicking on a link in an email. You should always monitor these actions. Conversion rates are the percentage of people who perform the desired action when presented with an offer or an option to act. Track conversion rates for all of your landing pages, websites, opt-ins, email links, free trials, sign-ups, or any other call to action in your marketing campaigns. These examples are just the tip of the iceberg. If you need more examples, make sure to download the show notes where I share a link to more than 70 digital marketing KPIs for small to mid-size businesses. Now that we know what is a marketing objective, now how to set them and have the KPIs to track their progress towards a goal. It's now time to have a place to keep track of these objectives and numbers. The methods used to track these objectives can differ from business to business, and it depends on how sophisticated your business needs to be or you want to get advanced in these tracking. It can be as simple as tracking them in an Excel spreadsheet, But with that comes the mundane manual process of continually keeping the data updated. Now you have real-time business dashboards, and those help you keep track of your marketing objectives in real-time business dashboards that will keep everyone in the business, not just the marketing team, updated on the progress towards the set business goals. There are many benefits to using a real-time dashboard to keep track of progress, such as at-a-glance view of performance, sales and marketing alignment, KPIs all in one place, time savings, and your data is always up to date, online, real time, with the manual process of updating the data now removed. Marketing software. Software such as HubSpot, Infusionsoft, or ActiveCampaign make it easy to keep all of your marketing in one software and track marketing objectives. HubSpot, for example, comes with a default marketing dashboard, but you have the options to create your own with the metrics and KPIs that matters to you. They also have easy to view reporting that can be shared across the business. Now, Excel sheets, if you are not ready to dive into the dashboards or software, or you cannot afford these, then an Excel spreadsheet with its basic options will do the trick. This is not ideal because of the manual input necessary, but it does get you, thinking about starting to track your KPIs. Now, depending on your level of Excel knowledge and experience, you can add different functions and integrations to make it easier. If nothing else, just list your KPIs along the row and the tracking number in the column and start inputting, making sure to keep the data updated all the time. Let's say you're a marketing director trying to get buy-in to use a user-friendly software to keep track of marketing initiatives. Show all of the work you've put into the Excel spreadsheet and explain how long it takes to keep it continuously updated. Of course, make sure each KPI is linked with the corresponding measure in it, and it is up to date before distributing it to other department heads. Let's talk a bit about return on investment. One of the most important components of a marketing campaign is to evaluate its performance and impact on the business and profit that it can generate for that business. Whether or not marketing efforts are actually helping the business or not, it's really important to track that return on investment. Now, the insights gained through the process can be used to drive future strategies for smarter business decision making. Let's explore the concept of ROI, or return on investment, in marketing. Marketing ROI is the practice of attributing profit and revenue growth to the impact of marketing initiatives that you are taking. By calculating marketing return on investment, businesses can measure the degree to which marketing efforts, either holistically or on a campaign-by-campaign basis, contribute to revenue growth. Typically, marketing ROI is used to justify marketing budgets also for ongoing and future campaigns and initiatives. With all the data in one place, you can calculate overall return on investment, and it is an imperfect calculation. However, not every sales transaction can be attributed to a single marketing source, but still, tracking the revenue per source is an acceptable approximation. The formula to calculate ROI is the following: sales revenue minus marketing cost divided by your marketing cost, in its simplest format. Now, it's important to note here that this formula makes the assumption that all sales growth is tied to marketing efforts. In order to generate a more realistic view of the marketing impact and ROI, marketers should account for organic sales and remove them from the formula. Then the formula would be marketing ROI equals sales revenue minus organic sales growth minus marketing cost, the whole thing divided by marketing cost. This will roughly indicate the profitability of each source. Now, combining revenue and marketing spend from all sources will generate an overall ROI. Marketeers can also calculate ROI through customer lifetime value, CLV, which sheds light on the value of each individual customer relationship with a brand. This formula helps assess long-term ROI across the consumer's lifecycle. And to do this, marketeers can use the following formula. For all these formulas, you can refer to the show notes by downloading them from ibgr.network. So the formula is customer lifetime value equals retention rate divided by 1 plus the discount rate divided by the retention rate. Now, as a rule of thumb, the middle of the marketing ROI bell curve is typically a 5-to-1 ratio. Now, anything below 2-to-1 ratio is considered not profitable, as the cost to produce and distribute goods and services often mean business will break even with their spends and returns. However, costs and overhead lower than 50% of the sales price can see profit on their efforts and lower the ratios. Because every business is different, it's important to consider the unique overhead costs, margins, and industry factors and standards unique to that sector. For all these formulas, again, and more, you can download the show notes and follow them in details. We are now going to take a short 2 minutes break, and when we return, we will do a recap and leave you with an action plan. Don't forget that you can always connect and interact with us on social media or by using the IBGR